All right, Black Goose TV family, you see me over here rubbing my hands like Birdman, and the reason why I am doing that, you know what I'm saying? I want to know if you guys agree with this statement and this claim made by Tyson Fury. Y'all see the motherfucking article. Tyson Fury says Dillian Whyte is as dangerous as Anthony Joshua. So first and foremost, I want to say, before I even get into this, say my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Read the article. What do you guys think about this? Whether he said this or not, y'all see the headline. Y'all see what I titled the video. Do you agree with Tyson Fury saying Dillian Whyte is as dangerous as Anthony Joshua, if not more dangerous than AJ? Or do you think he's just capping, lying, and he's just talking his talk? Because obviously there's a big fight coming up this weekend between the two said names of Whyte and Fury, and he just got to hype it up because, like I said in the video yesterday, this doesn't seem like there's that much hype behind it in the States, but I'm pretty sure overseas y'all can tell me differently, and everybody wants to see this joint because now that we're getting closer, me seeing my guy Dillian, whenever Dillian Whyte comes with the gloves, whenever the nigga show up to the press conference, he got the gloves on, he ain't showing the bare hands. That man's been training. And I'm just talking. I've seen Dillian Whyte come with gloves a lot of times before, and I'm sure he's always won. But anyways, what do you guys think about that? Do you agree with him? Do you think Dillian Whyte is just as dangerous as Anthony Joshua? Do you think he's just being capped? He's hyping it up and trying to make this fight seem closer or more intriguing than what it really is. But as you guys are trying to decide your answer on that, while you're typing it in the comments, I'm going to go ahead and start reading this article and see exactly what Tyson Fury really said. This is by Barry Holbrooks from Boxing News 24. Let me get it right before y'all get mad at me. Tyson Fury feels that Dillian Whyte presents just as much danger to him on Saturday night as a knockout artist AJ would, and he takes him seriously to ensure that he doesn't get hit with that infamous left hook. Now let's see if we can get some actual quotes from my guy Tyson Fury. Here we go. The only thing I can be is the best that I'll be on Saturday night, and God willing, I'll be the best on that night. Win, lose, or draw, you're going to see a hell of a fight. For me, the jeopardy is not feeling good on the night because it can happen. The other jeopardy is walking into a big left hook from Dillian Whyte that he possesses that would probably knock over a bull. He has a real left hook on him that would knock out anybody. I think he's a very dangerous fighter. He's just as dangerous as the Joshuas of the world and definitely Usyk and everyone else. He's not to be underestimated and taken lightly. That is for sure. Let's be real. He doesn't have the Tyson Fury boxing skills. He doesn't have the 6'9" frame with the ability to move like a middleweight. The one thing he does have is the heavyweight KO power, which I have also claimed Tyson Fury. So if I'm daft enough to get caught by a big left hook, then good riddance. He knocked me out. Fair play. It's a 10-1 shot that he's going to knock me out. With that left hook, that's probably the odds. So summarizing everything he said, he was respectful toward Dillian Whyte, but he also, there was one thing I do want to dispute. You saying that he's just as dangerous Usyk. I don't think so. I think in Fury's mind, he thinks that because he's 6'9" and he's a slick boxer. So when he looks at Usyk, he says, the only way Usyk can beat me, he's to outbox me. He can't hurt me. The only way Dillian Whyte can beat me is he has to hurt me. He can't outbox me. The only way AJ can beat me is he got to hurt me. He can't outbox me. So to him, when he looks at his opponents, he's saying there's only one play for you guys to beat me. You don't have multiple. So I understand when he says, I'm going to feel... When I look at Dillian Whyte, when I train for Dillian Whyte, he is just as dangerous to me as AJ, as Usyk, as Deontay Wilder. Why? Because to me, when I see these guys, they only have one thing that they can utilize against me that can possibly win them the fight. While me, I have a different assets of, I can use my feet, I can use my range, I can be a puncher, I can be a boxer, I can be a knockout artist. Whatever it needs to be done, I'll switch to that. Dillian Whyte, I see him as a guy who can come in and have a big left hook. That's it. AJ, I see him as a guy who can bully you. He can maybe land some big shots at you. That's it. I see Usyk as a guy who will outbox you, use angles, but he doesn't have the power to, make me scared. That's it. Wilder, he has a big right hand. That's it. So it's like, I understand what he's saying. He's not demeaning anybody. He's not downplaying anybody's skill set. He's basically looking at it from the factor point where I can do everything. But these other guys that we're talking about, you're trying to say, oh, Dillian Whyte isn't as good as opponent or isn't as scary as opponent for him as Joshua, Usyk is way better than Dillian Whyte. He's a more scary opponent. Why is he fighting Dillian Whyte? He's copping out. No, it's like, I get it. He's like, look, you understand, like, for all these guys, I'm gonna have to train significantly hard. I'm gonna have to put as much, time and effort into any of these motherfuckers. If I choose Dillian, AJ, if I motherfucking choose Joseph Parker, if I choose Wilder, I have to put that effort into it because at the end of the day, I understand they all have one thing that they can use to beat me. And that's what I have to train for, right? We're not talking about another heavyweight like Tyson Fury who has different assets or ways that they can beat Tyson Fury. There's no other heavyweight in that division that has that option or ability, right? Except maybe Joe Joyce. And I know y'all gonna hate me like, Joe Joyce, nigga, you don't know nothing about boxing. I can't believe you just said that. I say Joe Joyce because Joe Joyce can fight on the outside. He doesn't have the footwork. He can fight on the outside, but he can also come forward, press, and he has big knockout power. Now, just because he has other options doesn't mean it's like we're talking about someone who like a grade A student in math, but he's terrible at everything else in comparison to someone who's like average at everything, gets a C+ and everything is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not more like someone who's average or pretty good at everything isn't as scary as someone who's great at one thing, right? Depending on what we're talking about. So I'm just trying to put everything in reference, trying to, bundle everything up because you kind of understand. I do agree with Tyson Fury. I think Dillian Whyte is just as dangerous as Anthony Joshua. If I'm looking at it from the perspective of Tyson Fury, like if I'm fighting Joshua, what do I have to worry about? Motherfucker gonna want to come forward, fight like a heavyweight and land a big shot on me, right? Now, maybe, obviously, you watch AJ, that hasn't been his game plan lately. He's been boxing more, but we all know you can't outbox Tyson Fury, and you're smaller. That didn't work against a smaller Usyk. How would it work against a bigger Fury, right? So in Fury's mind, well, for Joshua, I just have to avoid this one thing. I have to neutralize this one thing, part of his game plan, and I'll be successful. With Wilder, same thing. With Usyk, now I think Usyk is a little bit different because I think Usyk has different ways of implementing his game plan, but ultimately, Fury's like, he has to outbox me. He can't hit me with a big shot and hurt me. He can't drop me. So he has to outbox me. So for him, he's like, as long as he doesn't outbox me, I'm with. So he's looking at Dillian Whyte. So he's looking at these different guys saying, as long as they can't do this one thing, I will be okay. Which is why each opponent is equally just as dangerous in his mind, because at the end of the day, not one opponent or one person that he named has something where they can be like, oh, this doesn't work, so let me go to this. If I'm wrong, y'all tell me in the motherfucking comments. If I'm missing something, let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. That's my opinion on the situation. Let me know your Black Goose family, because you already know this whole entire channel is built off of what y'all think and y'all opinion. So I want to know what y'all think. If y'all disagree with me, etc., etc. Love y'all. Appreciate you. Keep supporting the channel. And let's keep motherfucking rocking. You already know who it is.